Om Namo Bhagavate. Sorry. Om Ajnanathimirantasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmalitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Tau Santoshayata Santau Srila Rupa Sanatanau Dakshinatyena Bhattena Punaretat Vivichyate Tasyadyam Granthanalekam Kranta Vyutkranta Khanditam Paryaluchatha Paryayam Krutva Likhati Jivakaha. Hare Krishna. Actually, I am supposed to start my journey, but so all of a sudden I have gotten so very serious some work, so it's very important. So for spreading Krishna consciousness in future, so that's why I stopped myself. I was not able to come. So yeah. So my work will be finished by 18th. 18th, maybe 18 complete day it will take here. So then after that 19th, so it's Sunday, I think. 19 is Sunday. 19 is not Sunday. 19 is what? Saturday. So Sunday on Saturday I have classes. So I cannot travel because new class I'm going to start, Essentials of Vedanta Sutras. So that's why I cannot start on those 2 days. Maybe on the Monday I will start from here. So okay. So let us continue our discussion. So on the on-site, how many are there? So only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 devotees.
7.
7.
Seven.
So where is the seventh one? Six only. Okay, six are visible. Seventh one is he is there. I am seeing Chaitanya Jivan too. So who is the seventh one? Acha, acha. In that side there. Okay, no problem. So I hope everyone is getting some benefit from the bhakti sandarbha. I hope. So let us continue our discussion. So what we are trying to understand, we are trying to understand the shape of pure devotional service. Yes. So what is the pure devotional service? That is ananya bhakti, which is not mixed with the jnana and karma. So this is the thing we were discussing. So to do such a bhakti, what we need? Shraddha, obvious. What kind of Shraddha? So believing that bhakti is only the sadhana which can give the ultimate benefit. So such a Shraddha one should get. Getting this kind of Shraddha is not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. So today I'm just hearing Srila Prabhupada's lecture. So Srila Prabhupada is promoting everything actually. Everything means like he was quoting the Yat Karoshi Yajjuhoshi Dadasi Yat. So there he is saying that devotee has to, whatever he does, has to offer to the Lord. And also he is saying devotee has to 24 hours to do the service. So if you go to the police station, so for the sake of Krishna, so something. If you go to the some secretariat, so for the sake of Krishna, so you are thinking about Krishna, and that is also Krishna consciousness. So like this, Srila Prabhupada is wherever bhakti element is there, is encouraging all those things. So now we are trying to understand. So what is Ananya Bhakti? So Srila Prabhupada, yes, all acharyas, they want everyone of the society to be progressive, should progress. If someone is doing the karma and offering that result, yes, we encourage them, do that karma and offer that result. If someone got taste and someone got the shraddha and he wants to leave that karma and he wants to do the full-time service, direct devotional service, yes, come, do that. So like this, in practicality, so wherever they are, they should be encouraged to do the devotion and they should be guided to progress in their devotion. They should be guided to progress in the further devotion. Okay. Okay, just I am saying something what I heard. And also they should understand. Only thing is, if they don't know what is the Ananya Bhakti, a pure devotional service, so then problem will come. What is the use of these classes? We are trying to analyze this pure devotional service, and at least you should understand that, oh, this is pure devotional service, I am not there. And I have to progress. And I have to make a plan for that. Don't try to fit. If something philosophically, whatever is said here, and is not matching with your life, you should not, don't bend the philosophy, but change your life. Try to change your life, don't bend the philosophy. This is a wrong thing actually. And if you are not able to follow that, you should accept wholeheartedly, I'm not following, but I should progress. But to try to bend the philosophy and make the philosophy whatever the lifestyle you are leading, and try to do the exercise to just adjust the philosophy for your lifestyle is a wrong thing, actually, it's a cheating. So that should not happen. That's a humble request. So because devotional life means fair and simple and simple-hearted and with purity, we should be at least pure enough in ourselves. We should be pure in our heart. Nobody is seeing, but at least you are seeing yourself where you are. So what kind of devotion you are doing, that you should understand. Okay. This is my humble request for all the sadhakas. Yes. So many things might be hearing, and in small manner, in the small level, in the certain small level, we might be practicing that. It doesn't mean that we became that. So anyway, come to our point. In that 10th canto, 11th canto, 20th chapter, 27th and 28th sloka, that means Jata Sardo Mat Katasu. Then Tato Bhajeta Mam Pritaha Shraddhalu Drudanischaya. So these are the two slokas are the Vishayvakyam for that Anucheda 172. So in that Anucheda, first Krishna is mentioning the qualification for the Ananya Bhakti. Jata Shraddha. What is the conclusion of yesterday's class? Yesterday's class conclusion is Shraddha is just an attribute of the performer. It is not the part of the Bhakti. Why Shraddha is not the Anga or the part of the Bhakti? What is the reason? What is the solid reason? Can anyone answer this?
Because
Yes,
without,
Rambhadra.
because without Shraddha also Bhakti has the power to give the results.
Yes, if Shraddha, if you consider as the part of the Bhakti, then without Shraddha, so Bhakti should not give the result. So, but that is not the case. Still, Bhakti is giving the result, means Shraddha is not part of the Bhakti. So that is a point that we should understand. That's a very important point. Yes, next. So then Shraddha is just an attribute of a performer. That's why Jata Shraddha. Puman Yaha Jata Shraddha. The one who got the Shraddha. So this is the point Krishna was saying. Yes, then after that, what Krishna is saying? Shraddha is a qualification for doing the Ananya Bhakti. Then what is the range of the Bhakti? What is the end of the Bhakti? When Bhakti ends, when we should stop the Bhakti? When we should stop the karma?
When Jnana,
When we should?
when it becomes self-realized, Chitta Pragya.
Only one.
After
When
getting
karma should be
detachment.
stopped. What? Yeah. Huh? What is it, Mataji?
After getting detached, Prabhuji. Karma can be stopped when we get detached.
Not necessary.
Or when we start developing Shraddha. Yeah, two ways are there.
Yeah, two.
Yeah.
Either one develops the Shraddha to the Lord's pastimes, or otherwise who got the full detachment for the material pleasure. In these two cases, he can leave the karma. The two paths. Karma is the entry door for two things, two paths. One is what? Gnana, and another is Bhakti. So if anyone get the Shraddha in the Bhakti, he can leave. Or otherwise, anyone get the detachment from the material pleasure, he can leave. He can enter into the Gnana. So that's why the end point for the karma is either after getting the detachment, or otherwise getting the Shraddha, they can. Okay. Then what is the end point for the jnana?
After getting liberation.
Yes, after getting the liberation, one will not practice jnana. After merging into the Brahman, nobody is practicing jnana there. There is no activity at all. Naishkarmyam. Brahman stage means nishkarma. There is no activity. Karma means there is no activity there. So liberation is the final end point. Then what is the end point for the bhakti?
Unlimited, bro. No,
No
end.
end point. There is no ending. The kingdom of the bhakti is unlimited. It's unlimited, infinite. Even after the getting the liberation. That's why even Atma Ramas who perfected themselves, they also should come to practice the bhakti. So that's why in the sloka, tataha, that means after getting the shraddha, one should practice the bhakti. And where is the end? There is no end. Did he say anything, Krishna, there in that 11th canto, 20th chapter? So after getting this, then you should stop? No. So that's why we are seeing no devotee is desiring something else than the bhakti. Like material, Swarga or otherwise the position of the Brahmaji. No, they are not desiring this. So what mean? That means bhakti is just taking you to reach the goal and after that leaving is not. So the devotee is not desiring anything, just he is desiring to practice. Means what? There is no end for bhakti. Okay. Yes, Ramchandra.
Prabhu, so what we can say is that see, the bhakti doesn't stop means like from the from the point of practice, like whatever we are doing practicing, but like when we say like we reach the prema stage or whatever that stage is, so there is a like satisfaction and pleasure that a devotee experience, but the practice will still going on because he's tasting that pleasure, isn't it? That's the point. Or because other places we see karma or jnana because they are no longer seeing the result, so that's why they stop. But in bhakti we are getting new and new pleasure, that's why the practice is being continued.
Yeah. So bhakti is even in after reaching the prema stage. So we have seen prema bhaktas, premi bhaktas, they keep on hearing about the Lord, singing about the Lord, remembering the Lord, serving the Lord, so many. All the activities keep on continuing. So that's why there is no ending. So this is the goal of the bhakti. And then after that, so that is over. It's not like that. Bhakti is the goal for the bhakti. Bhakti means prema. So prema means also is what? Is bhakti. So prema is also known as bhakti. Prema means it's not that there's something after that, no, nothing, no activity. It's not like that. Still there is all the time, there are so many activities are performed for the pleasure of the Lord, even in the prema. That is a prema actually. That's why bhakti is the goal for the bhakti. Bhakti comes from the bhakti. So there is no end for the bhakti. So next, after that, in that tatah bhajet mam, in that sloka, dukkodarkan, that means kaman dukkodarkan jushaman karhayan, jushamanascha karhayan. So we are seeing this. So Hare Krishna. I'm sorry for continued disconnections because mobile is not holding the charge actually and is getting discharged immediately. So after connecting to internet, so it is going discharged immediately and finished. So maybe I will try. Really sorry for having this kind of disturbed class. Okay, now, so we'll be continuing our discussion. So the point is Kaman, the word Kaman, we want to understand. So why who is making noise actually? I don't know. IBMB. So the word Kaman. So after so getting Shraddha, so one has to practice, that means Bhakti, Ananya Bhakti. So that means he should always 24 hours he is in the consciousness of doing Bhakti. It's not that I will do some karma and get that result and have my my pleasure. No. But while practicing bhakti, this kind of ananya bhakti, continued bhakti, then in between he might be getting so material desires, and these material desires are coming out of what previously so then some anarthas. So whatever he's having, those anarthas. So because of that, sukruto anartha and dushkruto anarthas, because of that, so he might be getting some kind of material desires. And these material desires are what kind of desires? Can we take these material desires as sinful desires? That means this Shraddhalu Bhakta is getting the desires. So, and he is enjoying those desires. Dukko Dharkan Jushamanascha is said. Dukko Dharkan and Jushamanascha. That means he knows these desires are miserable, but still, so he is enjoying and feeling it's heinous himself as heinous. So these material desires are what kind of desires? These material desires are not sinful desires. How can you say these material desires are not sinful desires? What are the reasons? So that we want to understand. That means this Shraddhalu Bhakta is enjoying material desires. Definitely those are not sinful. Why not? These are all sinful. Why not? What is the hetu? So there is a list of reasons are there. So one after another we will be discussing. List of reasons are there. And first and foremost thing is what? Who is entering into the Bhakti Marga, Ananya Bhakti Marga? So who left already karma? That means who crossed the Karmarpanam stage. Karmarpanam stage is the entry door for the Bhakti. Yes or no? Karmarpanam stage is the entry door for either Jnana or otherwise Bhakti. So after getting the Shraddha, so he will be definitely, yes, So coming into the either of these. So in the Karmarpanam stage itself, from the Vishnu Purana, we are understanding that. So one should not perform the sinful activities and offer to the Lord. Is said. So that means in the Karmarpanam stage itself, these are rejected sinful desires. Then what to speak of? So enjoying material desires, sinful material desires in the stage of Ananya Bhakti. No. So this is the one reason. This is the one reason we have seen in the yesterday's class from the Vishnu Purana. So just I am opening my Moola book. So here it is said that Vishnu Purana Vakya, in the statement of Vishnu Purana, what is said? Parapratni paradravya parahimsasu yahamatim nakaroti paman bhupatoshyate tena keshava. So whoever is not interested in other wives, others' wife, others' wealth, and others, so torturing others. So whoever is not having mind in these, so by that devotee, Lord is satisfied. By that person, Lord is satisfied. So that means this is telling about the Karmarpanam stage. This sentence is related to the Karmarpanam stage only. That's before the Ananya Bhakti stage. So in that Karmarpanam stage itself, what? So Shastra is rejecting, so doing the sinful things. So Purvameva Tanishedad Atrevacha Nishkama Karmanyapi Yad Anyatra Samachare Vakshamana Nishedad. Even in the future, we are going to see Nishkama Karma, that is Aropasita Bhakti in that case also. So we will be seeing there also, we'll be seeing Karmarpanam, that means sinful. So one should not do the sinful activities and after that. It's not recommended. Karma paratyaga vidanena sutaram dushkarma parityaga pratyasattehe. One more point. Karma is rejected. That means whoever is entering into the Bhakti Marga, Ananya Bhakti Marga, and he has to leave the karma. So that means what? Karma he has to leave means he has to leave dushkarma also. So from this point also we should understand that. So Ananya Bhakta will never do the dushkarma. That means sinful activities for his pleasure. Next, Vishnu Dharma. In Vishnu Dharma Purana it is said, Maryadam cha krutam tena yo vinatti samanavaha na Vishnu bhakto vigneyaha sadhu dharmarchano hari. Maryadam cha krutam tena yo vinatti, who breaks the rules and regulations. Krutam maryadam yo vinatti samanavaha na Vishnu bhakta vigneyaha. So in Vishnu Dharma Purana, what is said? Second reason, one more, third reason actually. Third reason to say in that sloka, that means Tato Bhajeta Mam. In that sloka, that means 11, 20, 28 sloka, 11th canto, 28th chapter, 28th sloka. Kaman means not the sinful desires. So to say there is a one more proof. What is that one more proof? In the Vishnu Dharma Purana, what is said? What is said? So whoever is breaking the rules and regulations, and that person is not the Lord's devotees. na Vishnu bhakto vigneyaha sadhu dharmarchano harihi. Whoever is following the proper regulated life, then he is only the sadhu dharmarchano harihi. So then he is devotee. So this is the one more point. Next, yat pada seva bhiviruchih tapasvinam sesha janmopachitam malam dhiyaha sadyakshinoti ityatra sadyah shabda prayogena jata matra ruchinam yada nichati papani yada punyani vanchati gneyastada manushyena hriditasya haristitaha iti Vishnu dharma niyamena cha. So vikarma yachopatitam katam chiddhunoti sarvam hrudi sannivishtaha ityatrapi katam chit shabda prayogena labdha bhakti nam cha swatah tat pravrutti ayoga. So now we have to see this. You can see Bhanumara's translation or otherwise. So yeah, unofficially I'm saying Babaji's. So there, so you see the translations, how these lines are translated. So what is the point actually Srila Jiva Goswami wants to say? That you can see here. So here, 4:21:31. Yat pada seva sevabhiruchi. Sadyah shinoti. Can anyone read the translation of 4:21:31?
The aesthetic,
Like the water flowing from the big toe of the Lord, a taste of the service to the Lord's feet immediately destroys the contaminations in the intelligence of the performer of austerity, which has been acquired through the unlimited births. Day by day, that spiritual taste increases. Thank you.
Yes. Yat pada sevabhi ruchihi tapasvinam ashesha janmopachitam malam sadyah kshinoti. That means, so in whose heart there is a taste for the Krishna's lotus feet. So in that case, what will happen? So whoever is getting the taste for the Krishna's lotus feet, so the contamination which is accumulated life after life is cleaned away. Sadyah kshinoti. That means if you want to get the taste, then immediately, so all the contamination is finished. That means if you remember in the Madhurya Kadamani, if you see Sukrutota Anartha, Vishkrutota Anartha is completely Atyantik, that means is completely cleaned in the stage of Ruchi. So whoever is getting the taste for the Krishna's, that means before to that, that means after getting the Shraddha and Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivrutti, so and also Nishtha, till here you will be seeing the Sukrutota Anartha and Dushkrutota Anartha. Dushkrutota Anartha means, yeah, so sinful desires. So you might be getting the no doubt, Prabhu, so what we want to establish? We want to establish that so whoever is entering into the Ananya Bhakti, that means whoever got the Shraddha and Ananya Bhakti he entered, and he will not be doing the sinful activities. That is the point we are establishing. Yes or no? What do we want to establish? The person who entered into Ananya Bhakti, that means he got Shraddha, then after that he is eligible to the Ananya Bhakti. And such a person is having the material desires, but those are not sinful. Yes, this is the point. This is a discussion. But if you see in the Madhurya Kadambini, when the Dushkrito Tanartha is cleaned completely, when it is cleaned,
Ruchi.
when one reaches to the Ruchi. So then how to understand here this point and that point? So that means according to the Madhurya Kadambini now, what you are understanding. So even after the Ruchi also, till the Ruchi, if he is having the, that means complete Atyantiki, that means Sukrutota will go in the Asakti completely, but before that, Ruchi also, he will be having this Dushkrutottanartha. Dushkrutottanartha means sinful. That's Dushkruta. Is explained that Papam, Kotam, Bijam. So Prarabdha, Aprarabdha. These are the four. So here the point is, yes, whoever is entering into the Shraddha, he will not do sinful things. But if he becomes victimized sometimes by the process of the because of the previously uncleaned sinful desires, so then so those will be completely cleaned after a Ruchi. So once Ruchi is arisen, then he will not be doing. So that means from this what we should understand. So from this we should understand that. So yes, Shraddha he got, and he will not be doing the, he will not be having any sinful desires. That means material desires he might be enjoying. He is not enjoying the sinful desires. He is not having sinful desires. If precisely if you go and dig, and if you try to understand, so when it will happen, that further analysis, further detailed analysis is done after the, at least after the Nishtha. That means in the Nishtha, they are completely gone. Nishtha. That means when Bhakti, when Bhajana Kriya will become the steady, in the, from that onwards, it will go. Just he got Shraddha, but initially he is having even sinful desires, but those will be out completely from the stage of Nishtha. So this is a reconcile. You should reconcile with the, so other Acharya's opinion also this here. Yeah, whatever Krishna is and Srila Jiva Goswami is saying true. So after getting the Shraddha, after entering into the Ananya Bhakti, one will not be having the, so Dushkrutota, that means sinful desires. Yes, that is true. That is true from the exactly, if you want to know, that is from the stage of Nishtha. So that's why it will not take much time actually. When bhajana kriya becomes steady, then this dushkruta tanartha is out. Anishtita bhakti, that means bhajana kriya is not so steady. At that time, one will be getting this. But once bhajana kriya is fully steady, then there is no sinful desire. This is the reconciling of bhakti sandarbha and madhurya kada. You are understanding this point? Any question here?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Yeah, when one takes up to devotional service, because there are anarthas, which are in the form of vasanas, which have not been eradicated by bhajan, because he's still, taken up to the practice. And because of these vasanas, if he succumbs and comes under the control of vasanas and commits sinful activities, and there is probably likelihood that it can happen until he comes to Nishtha, so then he is acting sinfully, no? Because under the control of the vasanas.
Yes, sometimes. But he knows Shastra is condemning this life, but still. So he becomes victimized of those. This is the point. So Nishtha stage, Dushkruto Tanartha is completely gone. Purna. In the normal bhajana kriya, almost prayaki means almost sinful life is out. That means Ado Shraddha he got, then he associated sadhus, and he started bhajan. That means prayaki means 90% are not there. Prayaki means 90%. That means most cases they will not be having any sinful life. Some people, if they have, so that will go when bhajan kriya becomes steady. Understanding, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, the explanation is very clear.
Yeah.
But from practical experience, what is our observation is that even devotees who are 15 years, 20 years, who have been very steadily practicing, and many succumb to it. And Nishtha, from the symptoms, what is given in Madhurya Kadamani, if we see the symptoms of Nishtha, which 5 symptoms, which Vishwanath Jagat Thakur is stating, what to speak of prema, even attaining Nishtha is very rare. It's not so easy to come to the stage of Nishtha. It's very clear from that. So,
And Prabhu, actually, if we see practically, even come to the stage of Shraddha itself is very rare. Because so offering karma and doing karma and offering the result. This is the many people in the so before to the Shraddha, karma mishra, bhakti only many people they do. Most of the people. So because so they have the, that means still some kind of, that means there is no complete faith. So that's why they are offering the karma. But they are aspiring, they have full desire. So they are trying to, that means they are increasing their desire. So very soon they want to leave that. And they want to fully dedicate to the Krishna service. Fully. And do their bhajan very steadily. So we are encouraging everyone. It's not that we don't have such a people who are doing the karma mishra bhakti. So Prabhupada says, Yat karoshe juhoshi, today I am here. That's what I am saying. Everyone should do their activities and offer that to the Lord. He encouraged that also. He didn't say that this is Yat karoshe juhoshi. If you see Vishwanath Thakur's commentary in the Bhagavad Gita, he is clearly writing it is karma mishra bhakti. Pradhani bhuta bhakti. It is not pure devotional service. And why Krishna is recommending? Because Arjuna is not having the ability to do now Ananya Bhakti, so do this. Clearly he writes there. So yeah, so it's not that if someone, Krishna also encourages in the 11th chapter in the Bhagavad Gita, if you are not able to ananyas chintayantam, that means if you are not able to think about me all the time, not able to fix your mind completely, so then at least try to do this direct devotional service so that you can come to that kind of state. Always your consciousness fixed in me. So in that practice, even if you are not able to do that, then at least you do work and offer those results. Even if you're not able to do that, you do something like that. He is giving the various options actually. So our Acharya is trying to uplift everyone from whatever stage they are to the pure devotional service. It doesn't mean that now we are exactly in the pure devotional service. So we are seeing the level of the faith of the Ananya Bhakti, to do Ananya Bhakti. And but what we have. So that we are analyzing from the Shastra. So instead of indicating any particular person, so we have to, so with full heart, without any cheating ourselves. So at least we should justify ourselves where I am. Everyone is given with the scale. So who is going to measure? Oneself has to measure the amount what we have. So I hope it is.
Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji.
Yes, it's clear. I think. Okay, next. So whoever is having the ruchi, so that's why this is the one more proof that after the steady devotional service, that means nishtha. Nishtha means nishtita bhajana kriya. Bhajana kriya is two types: anishtita bhajana kriya, nishtita bhajana kriya. So anishtita bhajana kriya means unsteady. So bhajana, that means unsteady devotional service. So it is also having the different stages. So utsahamayi, so dhanatarala, vyuda vikalpa, next vishaya sangara, niyama kshama, and finally sixth one is tarangarangini. Yeah, Gopi Janapur, yes.
Prabhuji, in this, I mean, I'm not sure whether we have come up to that or not. Here there is a reference of Vishnu Dharma. Yad nachayati papani yada punyanti. So we have come that?
No, we didn't come. We are coming to that.
Okay.
Next. Yada necchati papani yada punyani vanchati kneyastada manushyena hrudi tasya haristitaha. Yada necchati papani, when one doesn't desire sinful things. Yada punyani vanchati, when one desire so pious things. Kneyah tada manushyena. So one should know that in that kind of person's heart, Lord Hari is situated. So that means from this reference of the Vishnu Dharma Purana, we are seeing that devotees, so they don't desire sinful things. In whose heart Lord Hari is staying, so he is not so staying. That means that devotee is not desiring sinful things. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, generally when we say devotee, he neither desires or does the sinful activity, nor he specially does punya karma, pious activity, or he anticipates. He does for the pleasure of the Lord. So here, how we can understand the punya karma referred here, how we should understand this story.
Yeah. Yada nechiti papani. I expected this question from you. I just thought, what is it to ask here? So then I thought, only he'll be asking this punya. What is this punya either desiring? Yada punyani vanchati. So it's a Vishnu Dharma Nima. Here, Srila Jiva Goswami is just taking this sloka from this Vishnu Dharma Purana to show that devotees, they don't desire the sinful things. And they might be having the attraction, that means sarvan, that means kaman, tukko darkamscha garahen. Their kaman, what is the focus actually? Srila Jiva Goswami is focusing on what this kaman is not the sinful desires. This kaman word is not referring to the sinful desires. That is his goal actually. So
okay.
And he maybe that means he doesn't have any problem that here kaman, if you take the pious, that means veda vihita karma. So that means prescribed material desires. So he doesn't have any problem to take that. So that's why this sloka also you should see in that angle only. So if someone has material desires, no problem actually. So he might be in the early stage of in the Ananya Bhakti. So that is the point actually he wants to mention.
Okay. So it is in line with the Jatu Karma.
Yeah.
Jatu Shraddha Matkatas. So thank you.
Yeah. It is in line with that much you should take. So Nechati Papani, this is a focusing word actually. And here Punyani, if you take whatever, we don't worry, because even one have material desires, also we are ready to accept. Then here Punya, if you accept the material Punya, also no problem, or otherwise. So it's a pure devotional service. So that means Bhakti Sukruti also, if you accept, we don't have problem. So this is one more place. So we are clearly hearing that. So by the Vishnu Dharma Purana also, these sinful things are not desired by the devotees. That is one. Next, Vikarma yachotpatitam katam chit dhunoti sarva hrudi sannivishtaha ityatrapi katam chit shabda prayogena labdha bhakti namcha swatah tat pradvritya yogat. Can anyone read the 11.5.42? Vikarma yat chotpatitam katham chit dhunoti.
मूलं भजत प्रियस्य त्यक्त्वान्यभावस्य हरे परेशः विकर्म यच्चोत्पतितं कदाचन धुनोति सर्वं हृदि सन्निविष्ट. If a beloved devotee who has forsaken all other attachments and has sought shelter under the soles of the Lord's feet somehow commits a sin, the Supreme Lord, seated within his heart, destroys that sin.
Yeah. Hrudi sannivishtaha. That means the Lord being situated in the heart. Sarvam dhunoti katham chit, somehow or other. Nana. So katham chit. The word katham chit is so ityatrapi katham chit shabda prayogana labdha bhakti namcha. So swatah tat pravritya yoga. So because Lord is being situated in the heart of the devotees, he is so cleaning somehow or other, he is cleaning all the dhunoti katham chit yat patitam, that means all the sin, vikarma, all the sinful things. That means who got the bhakti in their heart, Krishna is sitting in the heart and cleaning those. So from this also we are understanding that devotees, they don't act in sinful way. But if you want to detail when it will not happen, when it will happen, that means after getting this Shraddha, so yes, so he will be having material desires and also sinful desires. Maybe initially it can be there. That means in the Anishtiki Bhajana Kriya, it will be there. Anishtita Bhajana Kriya. But that means that's why further details. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is compiling as a book named so Madhuri Kadambi. So that's why from this also we are understanding that since Lord being situated in the heart and is cleaning all these sinful things, so that's why automatically devotees will not behave in sinful way. Okay, so this is one more here too. Next, namno balatyasya hi papa buddhirna vidyate tasya hi yamai shuddhe iti padma namaparada bhanjana stotra हरिभक्ति बलेनापि तत् प्रवृत्य अपराधापाताच्च sorry नामनो बलात् यस्य हि पाप बुद्धि विद्यते तस्य मे. So if anyone is committing the sinful activities on the strength of the holy name, it is also considered as offense. That means doing sinful things on the strength of the holy name is what? Is the offense. So that's why, because of this is considered as offense. So that's why one will not act in sinful way. So that's why here kaman means we should not take in that sloka. So kaman dukkho dharkansha. Kaman word you should not take as sinful desires. Because Padma Purana is saying that committing sinful activities on the strength of the holy name is offense. That's the reason. Yeah, Ram Chandra.
So Prabhu, like my understanding is that like why we are why the reason for why Srila Jiva Goswami is giving this is that when a devotee, when we are saying kama is not sinful desire, means devotee has already overcome all these things, like all these points, like he understood that this is like committing sinful activities against one of the offense against the holy name, and all these things, like they are well aware of that, so that they come to that stage now they are not performing.
There. Prabhu, can you repeat? There.
No, so here when we are saying this kaman word, which is basically we are saying it's not a sinful activity or sinful desire for the devotee who is performing ananya bhakti. So means these are these evidences that we are going through, means like devotees are well aware of these things, so that they are not really doing those things. Like
Yes.
somebody is doing this thing.
That means he is doing this, maybe he is having the very severe Dushkritot Anartha, and in that case, so he needs some time, more strong bhajan. So, but prayaki, most of the devotees will not do.
So we can conclude, like if somebody is having this sinful desire or activity, means he's not Ananya Bhakta, because because these are the like things which basically Ananya Bhakta should be practicing.
Ananya Bhakta, if he is Ananya Bhakta, very soon he will be coming out from this. In the stage of Nishtha itself, he will be, when his Bhajana Kriya becomes steady, he will be out from this also. So if someone is because we have to reconcile Madhuri Kadambini also. That is also written by our Acharya. You're understanding the point?
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
So we cannot leave him alone. Then it is a problem. So that's because same stages, same Ananya Bhakti stages only he is explaining. That's pure devotional service, Ananya Bhakti only. The Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. So that's why whatever is applicable, that means whatever Sri Jiva Goswami is saying. So with keeping Vishwanath Thakur's point also into account, at maximum, that means in the Bhajanagiri itself, they are prayaki, almost all out. Dushkruta, Tanartha, and Sukrutota also. And in the Nishta, then Purna, completely out. There will be no sinful desires. So that means even if someone is having, then he is not, either he is not an Ananya Bhakta or otherwise he is he's in maybe in the very early stages of Sananya Bhakti at maximum.
Okay, Prabhu, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So next, apichet sudurachara iti tu tadanad iti tu tad anadara dosha parahayeva natu duracharata vidhana paraha. Someone were so intelligent, someone they become sometimes so intelligent, say that, hey Prabhu, apichet sudurachara. Even one is so sinful. Sudurachara means so really sinful person. Yeah, he is doing Ananya Bhakti and should be considered as sadhu only. How can you say? Here Kaman means the person, the devotee is not doing any sinful activity. But here Bhagavad Gita is saying, Apiche Suduracharo, Bhajate Mam Ananya Bhak. Ananya Bhak means Ananya Bhakti. And also Krishna is saying he is Sudurachara. That means Ananya Bhakti and Sudurachara both are going on. So that's why here also, one coming to the Ananya Bhakti, here Kaman means you can take Durachara, that means sinful activities also. Yes or no? Someone can say like this. But is it like that? You should take, you can take. No, you cannot take like that. Why? Why you can't take? Because the word apiche sudurachara, the sentence whatever apiche sudurachara, Krishna is saying, if someone get the is having the loka parampara jata shraddha, and because of that shraddha is doing Ananya Bhakti, so Krishna is encouraging those kind of people just to encourage them, and Krishna is warning others to not to disrespect the devotee by seeing some bad conduct in him, but he is Ananya Bhakta. Krishna is warning other devotees not to disrespect him, but it doesn't mean the Krishna is giving license to do the sinful activities along with the Ananya Bhakti. But the devotee has to think what? That Ananya Bhakta, but who is having the bad conduct? Shipram Bhavati Dharmatma. Krishna is saying in the next sloka, Shipram Bhavati Dharmatma. That means one has to, Dharmatma is saying, that person is immediately, Krishna is saying that person immediately will become, by that Ananya Bhakti, Dharmatma. That means person who is having the good conduct. So that's why devotee has to come to that. He has to leave that bad conduct and become. So should get the good conduct, because the next sloka immediately is discouraging of continuing the bad conduct along with the Ananya Bhakti. That means that next sloka is saying that Duracharata, that means the removal, that means the cleaning of Duracharata is only the Shreya, is only the beneficiary, not the continuing that bad conduct is not beneficiary. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Questions? Yes.
So in this case, if somebody sees any activity which is of not a good character and
Yes.
he disrespects, so then he is committing an offense to that Vaishnava, right?
Yes. Who is not his authority? That means out of concern, someone is out of concern, someone is not offending, but out of concern, someone is trying to rectify that. Then it is not offense. That means who is doing that? His authority is doing. His spiritual take care. And if someone is having a problem, then he should go and report to the whoever is taking care.
Yes, sir.
And anything else? Okay. So I will stop here today. And next lecture tomorrow onwards, so we can start flying slowly. Because then once again topic becomes very easy. So then yes, so we can go quickly. Okay. If not, no questions, so then we can wind up here. Yeah, Ramchandra.
So Prabhu, this apicheta suduracharo, is this only applies to lok parampara jar shraddha devotees, or is it like if somebody even develop shraddha in the shastra, but is still because of some previous impressions, if it does, so how do we take that? Like,
This is taken for only the who doesn't develop the proper shraddha. Swabhaviki shraddha, who doesn't develop Swabhaviki shraddha. Because Sudhuracha, that means he is sleeping with Guru's wife. Such a things he will be doing. And killing, murdering. Such a sinful, very Sudhuracha. That devotee who got shraddha will not do. He may be doing some durachara, but that's a very mild, prayik, and it's almost all negligible.
so this is for very severe type of.
Sudhuracha. Yes. Sudhuracha.
So Su word is basically like is
Very,
like
very much
Sometimes it is
stressing. Yeah. It's very heavy. It's not durachara. So best durachara means he's doing too much.
Okay, Prabhu, sure. All right, thank you.
Thank you. So Hare Krishna. So Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyasya Pattanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि। On-site students की जय, because they are so happy.